Hey guys, Pastor Sean coming to you today. It's been a great day, and I wanted to stop by here and do our daily devotion very quickly. We are in Ephesians chapter 4 tonight. This is what I want to talk to you about. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 31 and 32. 31 says, "Get rid of all bitterness, rage, anger, harsh words, slander, as well as all types of evil behavior. Instead, be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, just as God through Christ has forgiven you." I want to talk to you tonight about that last little part about forgiveness. We need to lay aside all anger and malice and bitterness and hard-heartedness and harsh words and slander and all those things. We need to lay all that aside. But the key to this passage here is we need to forgive one another. Now, we're in a season where you're going to run into people over the next few weeks and on through the first of the year who've probably offended you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Heck, there's a good chance that I may have offended you at some point. I may have said something or done something to offend you, and if that's the case, I'm asking you now to forgive me because I never intended to do harm. I never intended to hurt anyone, and so please, if I've offended you, please forgive me. But there's also going to be people who you need to forgive. They're not going to ask, but you're going to have to let it go. You're going to have to forgive them of the sin that they've committed against you. In the Bible, Jesus tells us a story of two men. There's one man who owes the king a great debt. He owes him several $1 million in today's money. And he goes to the king and he says, "There's no way I can ever pay this back. Can you please forgive me of this debt and release me from it?" And the king says, "You're forgiven. Go. And he leaves. His debt is forgiven. And he goes and he grabs a guy that owes him about $10. And he says, grabs him by the throat, says, "Pay me what you owe me, or I'll have you thrown into debtor's prison." And somebody finds out about it. And goes back and tells the king. And the king comes to the man and he says, "Hey man, you were forgiven so much. Why can't you forgive just a little? Why can't you just forgive a little?" He said, "Rather than that happen, I'm going to throw you in prison." And he throws the guy who owed the great debt into prison and he had to remain there until every penny was repaid. Now, let me say this to you. Many of us, and I'm talking about me, many of us have been forgiven a tremendous amount. I have been forgiven a great amount. My sin was as scarlet, and he made me white as snow. My sin was a mountain, and he turned it into a bike path. I mean, it's just smoothed over and done away with. All of my life, I've been a sinner in need of a Savior, and God has always come to the rescue and washed away my sin. I repented of my sin. God took it away. He remembers it no more. Now, when I mess up, I have an advocate with the Father that I can come back to the throne and say, "Lord, you know what? I shouldn't have gotten that angry. I shouldn't have gotten that upset. I shouldn't have said what I said. Shouldn't have done what I did." And I can ask for forgiveness. But here's what Paul's saying. Paul's saying, don't just accept the forgiveness, but also give the forgiveness. There are people in your life who have offended you, who have said things about you, who have stabbed you in the back, who have broken confidence, who have lied about you, who have done whatever it is that they have done. You have to forgive them. I have to forgive them. There was many opportunities for me to go around and be unforgiven. But people forgave me. When I first got saved as a young boy and backslid on the Lord, when I came back to the Lord, I had hurt a lot of people. I'd offended a lot of people. I had done a lot of things wrong. And I've told you on many occasions I was good at sinning and did it a lot and needed forgiveness. And when God forgave me of that sin, He put it in the sea. He remembers it no more. It's gone. But the people that I had sinned against offered me forgiveness as well. There have been many times when I have walked up to a man or woman, boy or girl, and said, "Hey, I need you to forgive me. I snapped at you. I treated you incorrectly. I said something out of the way. I need you to forgive me." And forgiveness is tough. It's tough. It's tough for us to give forgiveness when we've been offended, when we've been hurt, when that wound is still raw. It's tough for us to give forgiveness, but God expects us to forgive. Why? Because we have been forgiven. So look around you this weekend. Look around you next week. Look around you when you're looking around the Christmas tree over the next few days, or you're looking across the banquet hall at a Christmas party, a corporate Christmas party, or maybe even at a family dinner. Look around and figure out who you're holding on to. Who are you hanging on to some unforgiveness, and turn it loose? Let it go. Just let God heal that wound, and you forgive that person, and watch God do amazing things. I know I say that a lot, but it's true. When you do what God's asked you to do, when you step out on faith, when you jump in and take the risk, when you get out of the boat, God does amazing things in our lives. I love you. I'm praying for you. I hope you have a great evening. I will see you again probably Monday. I'll see you again on Monday, and I hope to see you this weekend at Irwin Hill. It's our big Christmas celebration. We're going to be eating after church. Come on out and have a great time. Savannah Crabb is going to be our special guest singer this weekend. She's fantastic. Always does a great job for us. So 11 o'clock on Sunday, come on out and be a part of what God is doing at Irwin Hill. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. God bless you.